What's up? I'm Riley,
And I'm Jodge.
and we are your hosts of the Good is New podcast.
Instantly, the first thing you do is touch your mic.
I know.
Why?
Oh, it's like a habit.
If you ever hear that, it's Riley.
It's me.
Doing
It's like I'm
something.
fidgety.
You are fidgety. You don't know what to do with your hands, so you just touch things.
Remember how we switched mics when we
Yeah.
did Lily?
Yeah.
We never adjusted our levels. So last episode, when she
I
was
was
going,
quiet.
you were so quiet.
Yeah, I was.
No, you were so loud.
Oh.
Because I talk loud, and so we have to move my levels down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did we
So
adjust
sorry, guys.
these?
I adjusted them. I think they sound better. Do they sound
Okay.
better
I don't know.
as we're speaking to each other?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds leveled.
Perfect. I just remember that from last time. I was like, oh, shoot. People probably were not thrilled with us. It's all right. Okay. How's it going?
Happy Tuesday.
Sorry, guys. Struggle bus.
I know. We've been up since early
Early in the AM.
because today we were on Good Things
Should we even
Utah.
tell them?
I know. We both blacked out. We're
I
like, what
don't
did we even
remember.
say? What did we even do?
No, and you guys, they don't prepare you with questions.
They don't. They just bombard you. It was shocking.
They're really good at what they do, luckily. So
Yes.
it flowed really good. But we had no idea what they were going to ask us. And a few of the questions I was like, we did not prepare for that. We did not think about that one. But it was good. It was so fun. It's
It was
crazy
fun.
how
Yeah.
they do it all.
It was so fast.
So
And
fast.
the cute little lady, we need to post a picture of me and her right when we walk in. Literally, first person I meet is a lady that lost her husband when she was 28 years old and had 2 kids. And it was so cute. She had like this huge picture of their little family picture behind her desk.
It was so cute.
It was so cute.
Yeah.
What was her name? I don't know. I
I
love
have
her.
a picture of, I think, her name tag. Yeah, it was so cute.
Yeah.
We
And,
talked to
you know,
her.
Yeah.
She was
started
great.
off crying.
Yeah.
She was so sweet.
And then, yeah, it was wild. And they literally just mic you up, sit you down. The show is going live while you're in there.
Yeah. Like you have to be quiet because the news
It's
people are talking.
live. And then we just sat down and they gave us 1 minute. The girl was like, don't look at the camera, look at me.
Yeah, look at who's talking.
Yeah, whoever's talking. And then all of a sudden they were just like,
Wait, did she say don't look at the camera?
yeah, we both did.
I
It's okay.
definitely looked at the freaking camera a
So
few
did I.
times. Oh no.
So did I. Well, she was just like, don't worry about the camera. Look at whoever's talking. And then literally it was like, and we're on in 5, 4,
my
3,
gosh.
2, and we were live. Live, people. It was so scary, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to podcast for the rest of my life.
Behind the scenes, nobody
Yeah.
can see us.
No, exactly.
Just kidding.
Way less pressure.
But it was so fun.
It was, yeah.
Now that
Great
it's over.
experience. Now that it's over, I'm relieved.
Met some really good people and
Mhm.
all the things.
Yeah, Savvy. She was so cute.
Sorry, I just in the phone. I was gonna start talking. She was so cute. Yeah,
She was so good.
she was way cute. And we sneak peeked our merch.
Yeah. What did you
guys,
guys think? We're obsessed.
I'm obsessed.
This is
I'm more
literally-
obsessed than I thought I would be.
Oh yeah, same. When Coulter was showing me them, that's the guy who did them. I was shocked. I'm like, okay, I didn't expect our vision to come to life like this. I was shocked.
No,
they're so cute and
freaking
they're
cute.
so warm.
Yeah,
Don't wear those on live television because you'll sweat your butt off.
yeah, you will. Yeah.
Why were we wearing the
I have no
warmest
idea.
things?
The warmest things.
For
March 7th, though, they launch. Maybe at midnight. That's what we should do. Just on March 7th.
sure.
We'll just put them live.
Yeah.
Yeah, March
Trust me,
7th,
you
get
won't.
ready. If you're not signed up to be part of the Goody Gang, do it because you may or may not get early access. So make
Ooh.
sure you are signed up for that. I think the link's in our bio. I'll double check that. But yeah.
I need to sign myself up
Okay.
so that I can know what's going
So
on.
you know what's happening. No, but it was so fun. And oh, not the hair on my microphone. You guys, I shed so bad. It was so fun though. And merch is so freaking cute.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I could wear it every day. If you see
I
me
will
wearing
be.
it every single day.
You know, luckily we get one of each.
Yeah. That's about it. That's all we can afford to give
Yeah.
out.
Seriously.
Okay, how was your week? How are you doing? 6
Good.
months.
Yeah, it's been 6 months. I can't even believe that it's been half a year. That
It'll
is
be
wild.
6 months
The day before.
yesterday,
Yeah.
the 27th.
So, yeah, this comes
Yesterday.
out on the
Yeah.
28th, the 27th, yeah.
Yeah.
I
6
know.
months.
I know. I can't believe it. It's so weird.
It's way
I
weird.
never would have thought I would have made it to 6 months,
Right.
but here I am.
Here you are.
It's just, like, the most bizarre thing because, like, I don't know, my life is just so different
Yeah.
than it was 6 months ago,
Yeah.
and it's not all bad, but it's just, like, not what I was planning,
Right.
and I don't know. I don't know, it's just so weird that it's even been 6 months since I've seen him because I miss him so much,
Yeah.
but also I'm at the point where I'm so used to not seeing him,
Right.
and, yeah, I don't know, and I had to take a break for a second talking about him on here just because, I mean, sometimes, like, honestly, it's just easier not to talk about it or
Yeah.
think about it, like, even looking at pictures and stuff,
Yeah.
like, I still can't do that. So, yeah, I just had to take a little break, but, I mean, because it's been 6 months, I feel like I, like, have to, catch everybody up, catch
Yeah.
myself up, and just talk about it,
Right.
get
Because
it
it's
out.
still relevant and it's still a
Yes.
thing
Yeah.
and it's not just, like, gone away. It is weird that, like, people miss their husband or miss their best friend, whatever it is, for, like, a weekend trip. That's,
Yeah.
like, 4 days,
I know,
and
imagine
it's been
6
6
months.
months.
I know. But you get into, like,
Probably, like, a numbness a little bit,
yeah, a
right?
numbness and just, like, I'm used to not seeing him now every day,
Right.
which that sucks,
No, it's
but also
terrible,
it helps.
but it's what needs to happen to move on.
Yeah. Move
Yeah.
forward.
Move forward. I'm sorry. Always forget, guys. It is, though. It really is moving forward, not moving on.
Yeah, for
Moving on
sure.
is a strong term.
Yeah, that feels harsh.
Yeah,
That
it
feels
does.
like if I was divorced.
Yes. Yeah, like, moving
That's
on
what
from
I
the
would want.
situation, for
Yeah,
sure.
but
Yeah.
I just want to move forward.
Yeah, and keep going.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll get back
Yeah.
into that in a minute, but what else did you do this week?
Oh,
What did
yeah.
you do? Besides I
Oh
mean,
my
we're
gosh.
getting there.
I know, I feel like what did I do this week? I went to St. George for the Parade of Homes,
Oh, yeah, fun.
and that was fun. I only went to one house.
Okay, so you
So I
didn't
guess I didn't go for Parade of Homes. And I was just telling Riley, I'm so mad that I went that weekend because that was All-Star weekend,
I know.
and Salt Lake is the coolest it's ever been, and I literally left.
Left.
I'm like, "The one weekend that I choose to leave, it's way cool here."
It
What the
actually
freak?
was way cool. We went down there and, I mean, I've never been to another All-Star weekend, so I don't really know how they're supposed to go, but it was
Yeah.
cool. Like, there was just so many people there, so many cool pop-up shops
Yeah.
and things to do, and just everybody was like it was so funny. I was telling my siblings because we all went, I was like, "We should have rented an Escalade,
Ooh.
tinted Escalade, and pretended like we were famous."
People
Because
would have
literally,
thought.
you're, like, walking on the street, and you see one, and people are like, "Roll your windows down," like,
Oh my
freaking out, like,
gosh.
everybody's just hyped to see somebody famous, and
Yeah.
I'm like, imagine us in the car, and we roll the window down, and we're just like,
It's just
"Us."
Chase.
But really and honestly, I could have thought anybody was famous.
Yeah.
They could have been like, "I am
If you
LeBron
shoulda
James' son,"
just
and I'd be like, "Okay, you're
Hi,
so sick." Like,
let's get married.
yeah.
Wait, you shoulda worn, like, sunglasses and just, like, a
Oh,
cool hat and
I
fur
should've.
coat
I should've.
because people for sure would have thought you were famous.
I'm
I
like,
know,
"I'm
we
Kim
should have hung
Kardashian."
out in the Grand America lobby with
Yes, with
Lily.
Lily.
Yeah, which
I
we
know.
loved her.
It
Wasn't
was
she
so
great, you
fun.
guys?
Yeah,
Sports-ish girl, Lily.
yeah, it was
She's
so good.
awesome.
She knows all the things. But yeah, All-Star Weekend was fun. It was cool to see, like, just Salt Lake be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, and everywhere had something.
yeah.
Even, like, at City Creek, it was, like I think it was it Vuori or some shop was like, "If you wear a basketball jersey, you get 20% off." Like, everything was just,
Amazing.
like,
Sports.
excited. Yeah, it was so fun.
Were you at Gateway when there was, like, the, like, snowboarding
Snowboarding,
thing? Yeah,
the
my
craziest
friend
thing.
put that on. I went to
Oh,
high
wait,
school with John who
what?
put it on, yeah.
That's so
I
cool.
know, he's so cool.
Yeah. Wow, you're dope. Yeah,
I
that's
know.
awesome.
I'm like, "Did he get Travis Scott to come?" Like, I just don't know how that all
I
works,
have no
but
idea, but yeah.
it looked way cool.
And, like, Shaun White was there.
Yeah,
Way
amazing.
freaking cool.
So yeah, what else did I do? I went to dinner with Josh and Kirsten, my
Love them.
BFFs, and that was fun. Oh, I mean, I cried the whole time. I do that every time I'm with them. But I don't know, I think I was just so overwhelmed that day. It's getting a
Yeah.
lot, like, with just being a single mom, it's, like, a lot. Just trying to find somebody for my kids all the time when I have to go do stuff and just not having, like, a certain person, like, that's always reliable
Yeah.
to be
And
like, "Okay, when you get home, I'm gonna go do this and run this
Right.
errand. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
And when it's
just
their kid too, it makes it a little bit easier,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Like,
because
you
they
know what I
have to.
mean? Yeah, it's like yeah,
I
it's
know.
just not a burden even though you have
Mhm.
great people in your life. It's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
hard to ask.
Yeah, so I was just talking to them about that the whole time. Like, just, like, feeling overwhelmed, like, keeping my house clean, which was never a problem for me before
Yeah.
CJ passed away. I'm, like, very OCD, and so I have to have a clean house, but for some reason, it's, like, at the bottom of my list right now. I mean, for lots of reasons, I guess, it makes
Right.
sense, but I don't know, it's just, like, it's all just feeling very overwhelming,
Yeah.
and I do think, like sorry. I think, like, big milestones, like it being 6 months, it, like even though I'm, like, trying not to think about it, it, like, creeps up into my mind, and it
For
makes it,
sure.
like, a bigger deal, you
Right.
know? And I, like, don't think about it, but it just, yeah, comes up, and I just get sad and overwhelmed, and sometimes I don't even notice that I am, and then somebody will bring something up, and
Yeah.
it all comes out.
How I mean, I know you probably think about it daily, but how often would you say it surfaces fully from, like, doing EMDR, is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Because right, that's the point is to not have it surface
all the
fully
time.
all the time. How
Yeah.
often do you feel like it probably does, being at 6 months?
Yeah. I'd say I think about it's always for me, it's always the phone call
Okay,
that keeps coming to my mind, and I
okay,
feel like I think about that maybe, like, once a week, which
okay.
is very amazing.
Yeah, no, that's very great.
Yeah, and not all the time will it, like I'll think about it and I'll cry about it, but like, every single time, I'm just like,
That the feelings
the
surface.
feeling,
Yeah,
and I'm just like, "How did that happen to me?"
yeah.
Like, how?
Right,
It's
right,
just like
right.
there's really no words, but yeah, I just
Is it when someone else is calling you? Like your phone ringing or just
no,
it can be
I
anything?
think I just randomly my mind will go there
Yeah,
and just think about, like, getting that phone call and
yeah.
everything that was
It
said.
was the weirdest moment.
Yeah,
Like,
so
it was weird.
yeah,
I mean, we told you not to answer it.
I know.
I don't know if we said that when we talked about we everybody was like, "It's probably a scam," right?
Yeah,
Because you just don't think
yeah,
that is really who's calling you
yeah,
right in that moment,
mhm. I
right?
know,
Like, yeah,
I know, and even when he was talking to me, I don't know, it's just like it really is the most surreal thing I've ever been through in my
yeah,
life, and I still just, like, when I think about it, I'm like, What?"
right. Like, that happened to me?
And that's
Yeah,
how I found out, you know?
right. Yeah.
That just feels so weird and, like, not
We're getting deep, but would you have rather it been a different way? Like, would you have rather a family member tell you?
I don't know. I know for sure I wouldn't have rather, like, been at the race.
Yep.
Like,
Okay.
that would have been
Yes.
horrible.
Yep. Would you have gone, do you think?
He wanted me to go.
Okay,
Yeah.
like, do people go and watch? Is that
Uh-huh.
a thing?
They
Okay.
just wait, like,
Yeah.
at the beginning and at the end or whatever.
Okay.
In fact, his dad was gonna go, and I think he was gonna take my kids.
I'm so glad he did it.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. But I mean, there's no way you would rather.
No, no, okay. That was the wrong way to put it.
No, I
Yeah.
know, but I mean, I don't know. I could not answer that question. It
Okay. Yeah.
sucks
I just
anyway.
wondered.
I don't think I wouldn't have believed a family member if they would have called and told me in person. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like I think this is probably the best way that I could have found out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but Tony, CJ's dad was at my house watching my kids
Right.
and they had called a sheriff. I think what they do in these situations, I have no idea if this is correct, but I have a couple of sheriffs that live in my neighborhood, and so
Okay.
I think they, like, phone in one that
Oh.
lives close,
Okay.
because he went and knocked on the door to
Okay.
tell me, but I wasn't home,
Okay.
um, and he handed the phone to Tony, so I think somebody at the accident talked to Tony, but,
Okay.
like, he personally came
Came
over,
over.
and that would've been me if I would've been
Right.
home, and I don't know what I would have done.
Right.
I literally don't know because when
I didn't believe you.
yeah,
And I really didn't. Like, I kind of thought when you first told me that you just hadn't heard what actually happened yet. Like, I
yeah,
thought that you were in shock and that you were just, like, spewing things out. Like, I was waiting for you to be like, "He's in the hospital." Do you
yeah,
know what I mean? Because you were in such shock
yeah,
that I really didn't. And, like, even when I went to get my mom, even she was like, "What the hell is going on?" I still was like, "There's no way."
Yeah.
Right? I
Mhm.
still am like that today, but it was weird, and I can't imagine the sheriff at your door. I don't know. I don't know what there's not a better option, obviously, but
No, no better option.
it was weird to hear it firsthand,
Yeah.
right? And you hear of things happening to people, and you
Yeah.
hear it from, like, their sister's boyfriend's cousin's dog, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's so sad," but to hear it happen there, I don't know.
Yeah. And, like, you watch movies and you see this happen on movies and stuff,
Totally.
and I don't know, it just literally it feels like my life was like a movie right
For
then just
sure.
because it's like there's no way that they're talking about my CJ,
Right.
you
And
know?
to me,
To
yeah.
me, yeah.
Yeah, and it was the St. George Police Department, right?
Yeah.
Which that's also why we told her not to not answer it, but we were just like, "That'd
Yeah.
be weird.
But
Why
I was like,
would."
"My mom lives there, so
Yeah,
I better check."
yeah. Ugh.
Ugh.
So the phone call, that's probably the
Yeah.
biggest holdup.
Yeah, that's the one that always pops into my mind. That and, like, I feel like my mind, since I wasn't there and I didn't see what happened,
Mhm.
it always, like, tries to, like, put it in my mind, like
Put together, like, put the
yeah,
pieces together. Yeah.
yeah, like, what actually happened and how it
Mhm.
happened, so I think my mind just likes to just create this thing.
Like, it's curious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it, like, wants to know, so it's, like, pretending, like and so it just does this fake scene in my mind of how he passed away,
Yeah.
and that one always freaking kills me.
Right, right,
But, like,
right.
I like, even in St. George, everybody has, like, razors and,
Yeah.
those fun trucks that they take on the sand dunes and stuff. I will never look at those the same.
No, never, never.
Yeah.
Did
So,
you did you know what it looked like, the car?
the truck,
I mean, you don't have to I just wondered, did you know what it looked like? Is that
I didn't
why?
know before
Okay,
the race, but I got a couple of pictures after.
okay.
Um,
And it's like a razor looking thing, kind
it's
of?
like a truck. It's as big as a truck, but, like, looks like a razor.
Like it doesn't have a bed, right?
I don't think so.
I'm just wondering. I'm
I
just
don't think
genuinely
so. I
curious.
only saw a picture of, like, the front of it. I don't
Okay,
know.
okay.
Either way, I hate them.
Yep, yeah. It doesn't matter
And
what
I
they look
never
like.
wanna see those again.
Yeah, no, for real.
Ugh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so those 2 things are probably still what haunt you the
Mhm.
most at 6 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Does Josh that's oh, you already said that. Her best friend, CJ's best friend.
Yeah.
Does he say what haunts him the most? Like, what comes to him the most?
Um,
Did he tell you that at dinner?
yeah,
Besides get a
I
freaking cleaning lady?
yeah. I think for him, it's just I mean, CJ gosh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Um, for him, I feel like CJ really was, like, one of a kind, you
Yeah,
know?
for
And so,
sure.
like, he will never find another friend like that, and I've
Yeah,
actually heard that from, like, all of his friends.
yeah.
Like, you can't replace him.
Somebody that big. Yeah,
Yeah. And so, yeah, I think that's what he struggles with most,
yeah.
but we're gonna be having him on so
I
he can
know.
tell us.
We are gonna get him on. A lot of you guys have requested him or a friend of his, and I think he is the
Yeah.
perfect candidate.
I know I told him to bring his, talk that he
Yes.
wrote for CJ's funeral because it was amazing and people always comment about how good it was, so I'm like, "Bring it and you can read it."
Yeah. It'll
So
be so
anyway,
good.
yeah.
Okay. Well, wow, we are starting off harsh.
Yes.
So that's what she did this week.
That's
That's how I'm gonna lead into the next thing.
oh my gosh. Sorry, I think I'd
No.
get so emotional. I'm glad this didn't happen on Good Things You Thought. Holy
They're
crap.
like, "Cut, everybody end."
Everybody's just bawling. Holy crap.
No, you did actually very good on Good Things. It was short and sweet, which I feel like good. It just kept the
Yeah, it
conversation
needed to be short.
rolling.
Anyway, what did you do this week, Rye? What's new with
Oh,
you?
no. Um, been doing a lot of hair. I feel like everyone, well,
You've been doing
hairstylists.
incredible hair,
Thanks.
might I add.
Thank you. I feel like hairstylists have been slow lately. Like
Slow?
January and beginning of February, even a little bit still right now. Just I think people after the holidays were kind of just like spent too much money and capped out, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And then I think inflation is tough.
yeah,
It's hard.
it is.
Like I didn't think it would affect us a lot, but like color has gone up significantly.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, and so I just think it's just a hard time. But I also think people are seasonally depressed.
Oh, for sure, I am.
I think we've already talked about this, but I didn't really know what that meant until I went to Vegas. I mean, I knew what it meant, but I didn't realize that people actually had it. I kind of thought it was like a funny thing people said.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. But and then I went to Vegas with my mom and grandma and sister,
Yeah.
and I was like, this is what it means to be season depressed. Like to see the sun, I was like so much happier.
I
I had
know.
no idea what that was like. But yeah.
Yeah.
And I went to Vegas.
Yep, you
That was
did.
super fun.
For, like, 2
I
days.
know. Just
So
Thursday to
short.
Sunday, yeah. Really fun just to hang out in the sun, the warmth,
Yeah.
my sister and my mom and grandma. But yeah, been doing hair. I don't know. What else have we done? I went to All-Star Weekend. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, the usual. The snowstorm was crazy.
Holy crap. I
Like
can't.
that was wild.
It's so crazy. It's
Yeah.
currently still happening. It's so snowy out there.
And I'm like, where I know the plows are working very hard.
And no,
I'm like,
where
where
are
are
they?
they?
No, literally, I was telling Riley this morning, I'm like, "You have one job. Like, all year you don't work until winter and you save up all your energy for the
For
snowstorms
this.
and plowing, and where are you?"
We were in where was it Taylorsville where we were? Probably. Taylorsville on
No.
I-215, but Taylorsville and you guys, it had not been plowed. Maybe
No.
one time since it started.
It really actually makes me mad. I'm like, "Hey, this is your job. Let's do it. Come on."
Janessa, oh, Jaja. I've been calling you Janessa because of
It's
the things you taught.
fine.
You're gonna take up snow plowing.
I think I should. I think I should start a snowplow business, and I promise you guys
Get
the
these
roads
people
will
to
never
work.
look like this. Oh,
That's
so
it is
frustrating.
crazy. But yeah, the snowstorm was wild. A bunch of schools were canceled. When we went to Good Things Utah, they were like, "We're so glad you're here because everybody's been canceling." I'm like, "We would have walked." Maybe not, but
No, no.
yeah.
I was praying for cancellation.
You're like, "Please." No, it was great. But yeah, that's what I did. Nothing too crazy or exciting.
Yeah, that's good.
I did get my hair done, which
Yes.
made me feel good as new.
Yes, that's good. It
Yeah.
looks so good.
I don't ever get my I mean, I do get my hair done, but I haven't had it, like, colored
Yeah,
or anything in a while, so I got it colored. It was
chopped it a little
great.
bit.
Yeah, cut a little bit off. Don't need long hair right now.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, a good length. Got some lighter pieces for, like, the summer and stuff. So, yeah. What
The
made you
summer,
feel
huh?
good spring, summer with the winter outside? What made you feel good as new this week?
Oh my gosh. I think getting our merch. I went
Oh,
and picked it up, and I literally
guys.
I opened the box and I was just so pumped. Like, I love them. 'Em. They're so cute and cozy,
No, they're freaking cute.
so that made me feel good
And
as
they're
new.
good, like, I feel like I could wear the sweatshirt in the summer
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Probably not with the sweats, you'd probably have heat stroke, but I feel like it would be a good, like,
With some
boating
shorts, yeah.
one. Yeah.
Oh,
So
boating.
exciting.
Bring back boating.
I know it's
Coming
coming soon.
soon.
Coming soon. We'll promote it. Coming soon this summer, boating with John and Riley.
Oh my gosh.
Ear is itchy. Guys, hold on. Okay. Those headphones are
Should we
killing
do
me.
our giddy grab? Giddy?
Our
Yeah.
giddy grab.
Let's do our giddy grab.
Yeah, we should.
Hey, these are maple leaf cookies.
Okay, honestly, let's just tell them we forgot
We
this
forgot.
episode.
So these are from Riley's parents' pantry, but they're from Trader Joe's, so they're
It's
relevant.
been a busy. We have a lot of things happening actually right
know,
now
I'm
with this
so
podcast,
stressed
and
out.
so there's a lot going on.
Oh, they're actual cookies.
Wait,
with
have you never had
frosting in
these?
the middle. No.
Oh, okay. These are so good. They're like Oreos but maple. Maple.
Maple leaf cookies with a smooth maple flavored creme filling.
I think we call that cream.
Yeah, but creme.
Yes. They're pretty good, huh?
Yeah. What? It's so good.
Tears running down your face. You're just like staring at the cookie. Like it's the best thing that's ever happened.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good, huh?
That's amazing.
They're
Actually,
freaking good. Yeah.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
They're like the sandwich or the what am I trying to say? They have the maple cookies just by themselves, which are good.
You have crumbs
No,
all
no,
over.
not on the merch. Okay, you already spilled the coffee.
Oh, I know. On my brand new sweatpants.
Like,
Just-
come on.
Hey,
Those
that
things ain't cheap.
that creme filling is so good.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Say that one more time for our Instagrammers.
Incredible. Holy cow. Okay.
Yeah, those are yummy. That actually was a pretty good goodie grab for us sitting down to record and forgetting. We're
Yeah.
the worst.
And we went to Chick-fil-A, we went to Dutch Bros, we were out and about, and we just forgot.
And we're not going back out
No,
in the snow.
I'm sleeping at Riley's for real.
So yummy. If you haven't had those, go get them from Trader Joe's.
Mm.
They're opening one. Wait, maybe it's open.
In Caseville.
Oh, wait, really? I was gonna say in Draper, but yes.
Yes. I mean, I just saw like somebody was like, petition for this. They're talking about it, and this is a reliable source, blah, blah,
Did you petition?
blah. No.
What the hell? You're
I
doing
like
no
to
good for
read-
your community.
I like to read about the cause, but I don't actually do anything for the cause. No, here I am. I'm talking about it on a platform.
Yes.
Bring Trader Joe's to Kaysville so that everybody that lives in Kaysville isn't like me and has never been to Trader Joe's.
No. Oh,
Blew you right away.
whoa. Blew my mind.
Yeah, those were good.
Yeah,
A
it was
plus.
so good. Okay.
What's up?
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Clearly, I'm emotional today, so
That's okay.
I
You can be
know.
emotional.
If you're at the gym,
Yeah, turn it off now.
turn it off.
Those are the best messages.
I
They're
know.
like, I'm at the gym crying. I'm like, go home. Come on, guys.
Oh.
No. I know one girl was like, my husband woke me up and was like, it's Tuesday. Did you see that?
No.
I'm like, that is the cutest thing ever. He's like, you get to hang out with your friends today. It's the goodest new podcast. I'm like,
I
feel
love this man.
so special. Yeah. Like, can we meet him?
Mondo, was it you?
It probably was. What's his wife's name?
Maddie?
Okay, it wasn't her. That would be funny.
I would
though.
have known. She would never post anything like that. But
That is funny.
Maddie is one of my BFFs, and her husband Mondo he's the best.
He is the best.
And he
He's so
listens every
cute.
week.
I love it.
Hi Mondo, shout
Hi.
out. I love you so much. But he literally Maddie's like not like the super caring, like deep friendship type.
Yeah.
And he'll literally be like, text Jodge and ask if she needs anything. Text Jodge and see if
I
she needs us
love
to come
it.
over. He's just the best.
That's so cute.
I know. He's been so consistent since, CJ passed away. He's been the
Yeah.
best.
That's
Anyway.
probably been the hardest thing is consistency.
Yeah.
For people and then for you.
Yeah.
Right?
No, for sure. I get it because everybody's lives,
Right.
they go
right.
back. And I'm still living in it. But I mean, some people have stayed very consistent. And
I will say the August 27th when it happened.
Yeah.
I remember April telling all of us, and they'll probably all get a reminder on their phone next Monday. But she was like, put a reminder in your phone for 6 months because that's like it's still relevant then. Right?
Oh,
Even if it's
yeah.
not relevant for them,
Freak,
right?
April. So
And I was like, that is so smart because not that people forget, right?
they
But
kind of
people
do.
see your life moving forward,
Moving forward.
learning, right? Because it has to,
Yeah.
and so does theirs.
Yeah.
And I think people
They think
I
I'm okay.
yes, I don't
Yeah.
wanna say forget because I don't
No.
not everybody's assholes, but I'm
Right.
like, I feel like it's gets pushed backwards,
Yes, and
right?
for somebody more on the outside, like, didn't know CJ well or
Totally.
anything, it feels 6 months is a long time for them.
Yes.
For me, it's like, that's pretty short, but, like, if you're on the outside looking in, 6 months, it's like, "Oh, has it been, like, a year that he's
Totally.
passed away?" You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I totally get it.
I remember, one of my friend's cousins passed away, and I remember, like, seeing it on social media because that's, like, if you weren't there, you see it first then,
Yeah.
right? And I remember, like, checking in on her that day, and then
Mhm.
really, like, why didn't I ever check on her again,
Yeah.
right? No, it wasn't his sister, but it was still relevant in her life, right? And
Mhm.
ever since the CJ thing, I'm like, that is the biggest thing probably is consistency,
Yeah.
right? And, like,
Uh,
in a year, it's still relevant. Like,
yeah, it's gonna be
it's
relevant the rest
yeah,
of my life. That
keep checking on people.
yeah. It's, like, so daunting to think, like, the rest of my life, I'm gonna be, like, sad on August 27th. I mean, I don't have to be sad and I don't
Right,
have to have those
right.
expectations, but
Is what it
realistically,
is.
I will be, you
Yeah,
know? And, like, his birthday and our anniversary,
yeah,
like, forever. Even my kids' birthdays, like,
right.
that's a really big day as, a
Yeah,
couple. So, yeah, that's, like it's heavy to think that, like,
yeah,
for the rest of my life, I have
right,
a few days a year where I know it's gonna be hell.
right, right. It doesn't get better, and it
Even if I'm, like,
probably won't. Yeah,
happy and life is, going forward and stuff for me, I will always have this, and that's
yeah.
hard.
Would you say that's your biggest advice for people to help somebody else? Is consistency, or would you say it's something else?
Yeah, no, I would definitely say consistency is a huge, huge thing. I mean, I know we have questions and stuff, but I
Yeah,
feel like, when it very first happened, I would say the thing that helped me the most was hold on, let me just get my act together here. I'm falling.
we're going off air for a second.
Okay, sorry, I'm back. Just had to find the tissues. Okay, so I think when he very first passed away, like literally, the
That night.
days up, not
Yeah,
that night, just anybody being there, just being there, like
yeah.
physically was helpful. I would
Okay.
I would say anything anybody said to me was not helpful.
Right.
Like, I'm like, I honestly just wish everybody wouldn't have talked
Yeah,
and just been there.
right.
So, yeah, like, physically just being there at first is probably the main thing that helped me in the very beginning. Um, and then I feel like slowly as time went on, when people would give me hope because you just feel so hopeless and just like your world just ended, you
Right.
know? And so when people, like other people that had been through hard things would give me hope, I would literally, like, I just like, oh, sorry. It's seriously so hard to like go back
Yeah.
to those months. Just feels like such a blur, but when I sit down and really think about it, it feels too real.
Yeah. It is. It is real. And
Okay, anyway, so yeah, people that had been through things or even people that hadn't, that just had, like, just really hopeful things to say, like, I
like,
just
can I ask you like what?
yeah,
Because I
okay.
also feel like people are grieving through themselves too and probably try to grieve through you.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
for
And
sure.
so when
Yeah,
you say give them hope, what were they saying to you that you latched onto the most?
okay. I can only think of
Sorry.
no.
We're asking all the things.
No, I'm just trying to remember, like, specifically for me, I remember my friend's mom came and she had lost her husband when he was 33, I don't know how old she was, but she had, um 4 kids and she was pregnant with her 5th, and this is while I was pregnant too.
Shiz, yeah.
And so she sat me down and she just was she's the happiest lady I have ever known. Like, she's so happy and she's remarried, and I remember her saying, like, "If this wouldn't have happened to me, I wouldn't have met," and then she said her current husband's name, and
Okay.
she just, like she kept saying all these things, and then she was talking about her Christmas baby, Hannah, that she had after he had
Yeah.
passed away, and just, like, all this stuff that I just, like, needed to hear
Yeah.
because literally my life was over,
Right.
and it was
Right.
hard for me to hear,
Right. But it was a sense of like, maybe I can
of
get to
hope.
that point
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
Mhm. And then just, like, my friends just saying that they will be here for me no matter what,
Yeah.
and they have, like,
Yeah.
the ones that said that, they really have.
I remember talking to Maddie about it, and selfishly, I remember being like, will she ever be the same?
Yeah.
Not the same in like, you will never be the same, right? But I remember asking her, like, will she ever hang out with us again? Because really, that's like
Yeah.
where my mind was. Like, I was like, is she gonna be able to get out of bed tomorrow?
I know.
And I remember her thinking, like, she will be okay eventually. And even that sense of hope, I was like, okay, she
Yeah.
will be. It could be in 10 years,
Yeah.
right? Or it could be in a week,
Yeah.
but she will be.
Yeah.
But it was still like, will she?
I know. Even for
And
me
probably for you, the same thing,
for
right?
me,
Like,
yeah.
will I?
I know. I remember somebody sitting me down and saying, like, "You are good for a year." They're like, "You have this covered for a year, this covered for a year, this covered," and I just this was giving me no hope because I was
I was
like
gonna say, this could not be
yeah,
hopeful.
I was like, I had the rest of my life
Right.
planned out,
Like a
and I
year?
was okay for the
Yeah.
rest of my life, and I'm like, now I just have a year to be
And then
okay, and
what?
then I gotta figure it out, you
Yeah.
know?
I do think people trying to help plan was
Yes.
probably not okay,
No, anybody
right?
yes, anybody trying to tell me how my life was gonna turn out and just yeah, like
What was gonna happen next? Yeah.
yeah, stuff like that, it didn't help me
Yeah.
at all. I was kinda like, "Shut up."
Right.
Like, you don't know.
You have no idea.
Like,
Yeah.
this and it really it was, like, so much weight because it really was just me and my
Right.
kids,
Right, and
like
you only and for them to say you only had a year,
yeah,
like, that's a lot of pressure.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
hard to hear. I'm like, "Okay, holy crap, okay." Then I gotta really get it figured out.
Right.
But no, that's all changed,
Yeah.
it's 6 months and I have a lot of hope now, but yeah, I mean, another thing that, like, gave me hope was, no, just, like not even hope, just the random acts of kindness, those really helped me just feel like not everything was just so dark and sad,
Yeah.
and I had really great people in my life, and that just it always, like, reminded me, like,
Yeah.
"Holy cow," like, I'm so blessed in that
In
way,
that way. I
you know?
remember, being at your house one time, I don't know what if you remember or not, but somebody had brought you over, I think a sweatshirt or a shirt, maybe? Or something, and it was a worldly thing, that's all I remember, and you were like I remember you saying, "I don't care about any
Yeah,
worldly things," right?
yeah,
In that moment, you didn't,
yeah,
and I feel like receiving that was, like, a piece of worldly that you maybe needed.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? I think
uh-huh,
people are like, "Do you really want another sweatshirt?" And it's like,
yeah.
"Yes," because you never thought you'd buy yourself another shirt again.
No,
Do you know
totally.
what I mean? Because
Yeah,
it didn't matter,
yeah,
and I think
and
that's okay too. Like, people can bring you stuff and it still helps in a
yes,
sense. With
yes,
other things, it doesn't help bring CJ back, it doesn't help cure the pain, but
yeah.
bringing you more worldly does help. I feel like it helped you.
No, for sure. Like, anybody that stopped by with a Dutch Bros, I drink it.
Yes.
I didn't know I was, but I would. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Yeah,
A
for sure.
smoothie, I would drink it. Food was kind of hard. It was harder to sit and
Yeah.
eat food, but, like, if you brought me a drink or something,
It was
it was easy for me to just lift it up and drink it.
yeah.
And then blankets were always so sweet to receive, and, like, I still have a lot of them. Well, I have all of them.
Right,
Like,
but
I threw
yeah.
some away. Just kidding. No. I
See
have
ya.
a lot of blankets at my house,
Yeah.
and, I remember my cousin gave me some pajamas no, some sweats.
I maybe that's what it was. I just remember you opening something.
Yeah, and it was just so sweet and
Yeah.
cute, and then my friends brought me some UGG slippers and pajamas, and
Amazing.
just yeah, I okay, so yeah, receiving things, honestly, as, like, stupid as it sounds, it's nice.
I think it probably does. Yeah.
Flowers, though,
Yeah.
I have PTSD of flowers, I feel like Valentine's Day, I got a few flowers from
You didn't
people,
like my
and
bouquet of roses on
yeah, from Riley
Well,
is one of them. I just
just kidding.
when they're
But no,
sitting in
I
my
actually
house
get that. Yeah,
like, do you remember my house was a garden.
full of
It
flowers.
was a literal
Yes, no,
garden.
I do remember. I could see
So,
that, yeah.
I have right now in my house, I have, like, 4 separate bouquets of flowers,
Yeah.
And as much as I love them, it's like a
A
painful
weird. Yeah.
memory to have in my house. I don't
Yeah.
know, it's weird. So, I mean, but some people love flowers, so
Right.
it's very thoughtful, but yeah, I don't know.
I do think it depends on the person too. Like, you've been very, easy how do I say this? Easy to receive things. I don't know if that's the right word to say it, but you've been open to receiving
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
I think some people close themselves off, and
true.
that's when people are like, "I don't know
Yeah.
how to help you."
Mhm.
Right? And I think if you are going through something hard, open yourself,
Yeah.
let people help you,
Oh, yeah.
or you're not gonna make it through.
No, and even if you at that moment, you don't want the help and you don't feel like you need it.
Just accept it.
Just accept
Yeah.
it.
It's like maybe a pride thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
And
Maybe,
it's like a
like
depression thing.
yeah.
You know, when you're
Yeah.
depressed, you really just don't want anybody's help. You just wanna be in your
Right.
own world, but you don't want to be,
Right.
and
Let
you
people
shouldn't
help
be.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people dropped off, like, stuff for my kids, so, like, toys and
Okay.
stuff like that, and that was super helpful because I feel like as long as my kids were happy, I
You could survive.
I could survive.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, I could not take care of them, so, like, when they were super excited
Or
opening a present
occupied
and
or yeah.
occupied, I was just, like, so relieved and happy for them, you
Right.
know? That was hard
Yeah.
to not be able to do that myself for them,
Right.
but
And to them, it just was like another day.
yeah,
They
yeah,
were just
more
like,
gifts. They're
"More
like, "Why are we
gifts?
so
Another
spoiled
toy?"
right now?" Oh my gosh.
Oh, but it's yeah, they probably needed to be doing
Yes.
activities and things.
Yeah, so if somebody's going through something hard right now and they have kids, take care of their kids for
Yeah.
them. Like, even if it's not grabbing them, just drop off a toy from Target or
Yeah.
something to entertain them
Or food for them or something.
because
Yeah.
whoever's going through the hard thing, as long as their kids are a little bit happy, like, they're a little bit happy that they're
Yeah.
taken care of, so that helps a
A
lot.
little bit of a weight probably
Uh-huh,
lifted
for
off
sure.
your shoulders.
Yeah.
What would you say were the worst things people said to you and the best things? Not even the hope ones, just like in
Mm.
general.
Um,
That's probably hard to think back to those, but
yeah. I think the worst things. I don't know. Let me think about that. I don't know. It's hard to think of, like, what the worst thing somebody could say is. It's more so being, like, too much, too
okay.
soon.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like we were talking about trying to plan my future,
Yeah.
in the first month, I didn't see that I had a future,
Right.
so it was just
I didn't
super
wanna hear about it. Yeah.
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 There's no future for me, so just
Right.
don't talk to me about it.
Right.
And that will come, I feel like, when they're ready. Like, when I was ready, I reached out to the people that I needed to plan my future,
Yes. Yeah.
but I didn't need anybody, like, taking the initiative for me,
Yeah.
and so that yeah, I feel like that was annoying when people would try to do that.
Yeah. And I think that's probably what people jump to do. Like,
Uh-huh.
they're trying to
That's how
save
they wanna
you
help.
in a
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean, they'll do it when they're ready,
Yeah.
I think.
And they probably have you probably had the better resources anyways.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
to figure it all out, then
yeah, yeah. Because I knew my state better than anybody else did, you
right.
know?
For sure.
I don't know. Best thing, though? I don't know. I like I said at
Probably just
first
the hope.
yeah, at first it was just saying nothing, just being there, and then eventually, yeah, just saying things that filled me with hope and, somehow got me to laugh. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't laugh for, like, 2 months.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but I literally didn't, I couldn't.
No.
So, yeah, just anything that made me smile or gave me hope.
Yeah.
But, I mean, really, you're gonna be really sad for as long as you need to be really sad, and
Yeah.
nothing's gonna give you hope and nothing it's
Yeah.
just gonna whenever you're ready for it, it just comes,
And
and
your mind will probably
yeah,
follow that.
yeah, but you
Yeah.
do have to be like, I had to have those 3 months of just, like, so incredibly sad and just,
Yeah.
like, just kinda hopeless
Yeah.
to I don't know, I feel like it really helped me to be able to be that sad for that long,
Right.
to be where I am now,
Right.
you know,
For
because
sure.
I did it and then I just couldn't do it anymore.
Right. Right.
So,
You got into therapy the second it happened, right?
I went the he passed away on Saturday, I went on Wednesday.
Okay. So right away.
Yeah.
And are you glad you did that? Was that too soon?
No, I'm so glad I did
Okay.
that. I mean, it is probably different for everybody, but my biggest suggestion would probably be to if you go through something traumatic or, you're going through a hard time, get get all the help you can
Yeah.
as soon as you can. I mean, even if it's hard, even if you don't want to, I just feel like that like really, really saved me. It was such an outlet that I didn't know I needed, but
And probably in that situation, I'm just guessing, so correct me if I'm wrong, talking to somebody didn't know CJ
yeah.
was probably helpful,
Yeah, it
right? Because
was.
she didn't have to grieve with
Right.
you in a sense. I mean, therapists do, and they get to know you, and
Yeah.
obviously they go through it with you,
Yeah.
right? But
Mhm.
I can imagine your mom and dad were sad. I mean, I know they were, but you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to help sad to help sad.
Yes, and it's like another way to track progress. Like I remember the first week that I went to therapy, I was going twice a week
Okay.
and she had me fill out this chart of like how often do you think about this? How often do you have these feelings, like and
Yeah.
you fill out the whole thing. And then she did it like a few weeks ago again and the scores were insane. Like
That's
cuz I
awesome.
was thinking about everything
Then.
all day.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when I was filling it out, my scores were, like, above and beyond the
Yeah.
first time, and she was like, "Okay, like, we have a lot of work to do, blah, blah, blah."
Right.
But, yeah, this last time I filled it out, she's like, "This is insane."
At 6 months, how often are you going now?
I go once every other week now.
Okay.
Um, After my miscarriage, I had to go back every week.
Yeah.
But, uh, yeah, just recently, I just started going back every other
You said
week.
you were going twice a week or
Yeah.
just once a week when
I
you
was
first
going
started?
twice a week when I first started.
Okay.
Actually, 3. I had
Okay.
twice with her, and then I had one other
One other one.
therapist,
And how long did that go for, would you say?
like a month and a half.
Okay. I want disclaimer, I feel like everyone's different.
Mhm.
I don't this isn't the right or wrong way to do it if you're sitting here listening,
Yeah.
but definitely get help
Yeah.
and open yourself to that
Uh-huh.
because I think it's important.
It is, and it's important to find a therapist that you like. Like, I tried a few,
Okay.
but I think I just really stuck to the first girl I ever went to.
Yeah.
I don't know
Probably
why,
because she
but
was just and they're the second that it
yeah,
really
yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, therapy, very helpful.
Yeah. That is good. Um, okay, so a lot of people asked, on our questions, how are you really doing? Like, how are you actually feeling? How are you actually I feel like today's a pretty good day to ask that.
That's like it's funny because today is a rare day. Like, I'm
Right.
not usually this emotional about it
Right.
anymore, you know? So
Yeah.
I am doing okay, and I feel so guilty, and it
Yeah.
sucks. I wish I wasn't in the position I was in because I really I feel so guilty for how well I'm doing.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not the happiest I've ever been, like,
Right.
my life I don't know, but I'm doing okay,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna sit here and say everything is great and everything is wonderful and I'm totally healed and
Right.
over and, but Um, I'm shockingly doing okay for
Yeah.
6 months, I
Yeah.
feel like. I mean, and everybody's different and everybody grieves different,
Right.
but yeah, I am okay. I have my moments still and like I said, like if I think of
Certain
sometimes if I
things.
try and not think of it, I do a little better,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I it makes me feel again guilty. It's so weird. Like
Yeah.
guilt grief comes with a lot of guilt, I've
Yeah.
learned. Like, that's one of the biggest things I'm, like, fighting is, like, being guilty for being happy, but then I just have to think about it and be like, "Why? Why am I guilt I everybody would want this for me."
Right.
Like,
And more
everybody
importantly, CJ would want you to be
Yes.
so happy. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so true, yeah.
And I think that goes to show a lot about CJ and your guys' relationship, right? Because I think a lot of people feel guilty, um, like, just reading things since everything's happened, they feel guilty for every single thing they do, not because their husband in any sense was controlling or anything, but CJ is the type of person that he's so selfless. Is that the right word to use?
Yeah.
Selfless?
Yeah.
He's so selfless that he would want more than anything for you to be happy and for his kids to be happy,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's important. Like,
Yeah.
people are probably like, how is she so happy? Why are you so happy?" And it's like, A, you have him that's,
Yeah.
like, cheering you on.
Yeah.
You better be,
Yeah.
CJ. Still going up there.
I know.
Um, and you have good people around you,
Yeah.
right? But he would want you to be happy, which is helpful, I think, for
Yeah.
you to know.
Well, on my Instagram a while ago, I posted I was having this conversation with my friend Bailey. Did I already talk
Okay.
about this?
No, I don't think so.
And I asked if she could ever feel she was really close to her grandpa,
Oh,
and I
wait, I
asked
maybe well, I don't know, keep going. You might have
um,
just told me, but keep going.
yeah, I asked if she could ever feel him, and she was like, "No, but I feel happy." And then she's like, "I feel like that's him."
Yes.
And, like, that seriously made me feel so much better because I was like, "Yeah, like, it's weird how happy I feel, but I do feel like if there's anything that CJ's helping me do, it is to feel
To
happy
feel happy, yeah,
'cause that's
and
what
not
he would
just to
want."
be happy, but to
Yeah,
actually,
to
like,
feel
feel
it.
happiness,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's crazy, but, I mean, I hope that's true because
yeah,
I feel like he is, like, placing all these opportunities and these people in my life, and it's, like, just really helping me get through this whole thing, but at the same time, it's really hard to not feel guilty for
yeah,
how well I'm doing,
right, absolutely.
and it sucks.
That was another question we got. Um, do you feel like you can feel him in certain things? Yes, no, not yet. Is 6 months, do you feel like too early? Are you in the right mindset? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I said, like, I try so hard not to think about it because it just makes it really hard, but when I
Yeah.
do sit and think about it, like, I shockingly actually do like going to his grave, and I
Okay.
didn't think that I would like that,
Yeah,
but
I remember you not thinking that.
yeah, I do I cry like a baby every time I'm there,
As you
but
should.
it just, like it makes me feel like there's a place that I can talk to him, other than, like, praying to him every night with the kids, but, um and then I would say, like, if the few times I've been to the airport and on an airplane, I just it makes me sad, but I do feel, like, super connected to him when
Yeah,
I'm there.
yeah.
And then certain people
That was like his second home was
yeah,
the airport.
truly. I know when I feel like the first I think the 2nd month after he passed away, I had to go pick up one of my friends from the airport, and it was the first time I'd been back there since he passed
Oh,
away, just to, like, pick her up,
yeah.
and Stevie was in the back of the car, and she just kept saying, "Daddy, daddy,"
Oh,
because she, like,
knew.
remembered
Yeah,
that's
that
where
that's what
we
was
picked him
happening.
up, but it was so, like, crazy, and I cried so hard. My friend was like, "I could have Ubered." I'm like, "You probably should have. Why did I do this?"
Oh, shoot.
Oh.
Okay, so the airport
Oh, yeah, and then I would say, like, people.
yeah,
So I really feel like anytime I see his dad,
okay, yeah.
like, not only does he look just like him,
Right.
I just really feel him with him and then his friends,
Yeah,
like, Skylar and Zach and Josh,
yeah,
his, like, really close best friends. All those people,
yeah,
I feel him with
around
them.
and that
Yeah,
he's there hanging out.
yeah, yeah.
You got a lot of questions of you got a lot of questions about, like, if you guys were close to CJ's family, are you still close to CJ's family? How do you feel like people can help them?
Yeah, yeah, we were very close to his family, and I still am, and my kids love them, and they're amazing, and they've been great through this whole thing, just, like, being there for me when I needed them, and then being away from me when I needed them to be away.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because I mean, we're all so sad,
yeah,
and so
and for
sometimes
different not different reasons, but different relationships,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, and so sometimes it's easier to just not be near the people that are just as sad as you,
Yeah,
but you all know you love each other,
totally. Yeah.
So but they've been great at, like, you know, flushing through those.
Balancing
Yeah.
it, yeah, which is amazing.
Yeah, and what you could do for them, gosh, just reach out to them and tell them you love them, stop by if you
Yeah,
know them. If you
yeah.
don't know them, please don't do
Please don't. Did you have anybody weird stop by?
that. Yeah.
Sorry, we're gonna switch it really quick. I just yeah.
No, yeah. No,
Or anyone you didn't know and you're like, "Why are you in my house?"
yeah, there's a few people, but I actually the ones that I didn't know, I loved them for doing that.
Yeah.
It was like so I just thought about it, I'm like, that's something I never would have done. I would totally do it
No.
now, but like some of them were like, I didn't know you, but like I knew CJ, blah blah blah, and they would like just, come with oh, this is another thing. My friend Chrissy, so CJ's friend, but also my friend, she brought she brought like 5 bowls of fresh, clean cut fruit. Like, not store-bought,
No, like
like, already cut, but, like, she went home, washed the fruit, and put them in throwing away containers, like,
this is
just, like
incredible. Can
yeah,
she
like,
come to
to
my
go
house?
to go, like, boxes, and she brought all this fruit, and I'm trying to think, like, maybe a dip with it? I don't know. Anyway, so it was so nice to have on hand, just, like, fruit to
Yes.
just, like, just put in my mouth, like, as I'm walking by my fridge,
Yeah.
and then containers to throw away, because the amount of Tupperware I have in my house right now,
In
I'm so grateful for the food that people
but come
gave
pick
me,
up your Tupperwares.
but, like, I don't want all these random
Yeah.
Tupperwares, and for some reason, I feel bad throwing them away because 'cause they're, like, nice plastic, you know
Right.
what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But hers were like, you can throw them away
That's
immediately, and you
amazing.
knew that, and so bring those.
Yeah.
Bring those
Good.
to
Good.
people.
Yeah.
But, yeah, anyway, the people that stopped by that I were kinda random, I mean, first of all, very brave, very
Yes.
sweet, and I loved it. There was one that, like, couldn't stop crying, though,
Okay.
and, I was in, like, an okay headspace at that time,
Yep.
and so it's just kind of uncomfortable,
Yeah, and
like,
hard. You're like, I don't
because I
really
was,
know
like,
who you
comforting
are.
her,
Okay.
and it
Yeah.
was just kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe don't do that.
Right.
Just go there. I mean, you can cry, but, like, I don't
That
maybe read the room.
and that's where it is, like, grieving through you.
Yes.
I think that's something that's really, really hard for people,
Yeah.
right? Like
They see me and they just, like they lose
yes.
it because,
Yeah.
like, they're really sad about CJ, but then also people are really sad for me,
Right.
Like,
Yes.
I try and imagine any of my friends losing their husbands, and as much as you, like, loved their husband and you're gonna miss them, you look at them with their kids, and it's heartbreaking, and
Yeah.
so I know that that's how people were looking at me and do look at me, and
Yeah.
it's sad.
Right.
So I get it. I get why you're
Right.
crying in my face.
I do
I would be too.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, okay. Do you hold resentment for the driver of the crash? We got a few questions like that too.
No. No, I don't at all. I freak. I mean, I feel actually really sad for him. He was young. He's a young kid, and, I know that he felt horrible and feels horrible, and that's a lot to go through when you're that young, and
Yeah.
but no, I definitely don't feel any resentment toward him at
Yeah.
all.
I think it would be hard to balance that because it could have happened either way. It could have, you know what I mean? It's like it could have been anybody,
Yeah.
right? And I
Uh-huh.
think that's something that people struggle with when they're in their own incidents. It's always somebody else's fault or whatever it is. And I don't
Yeah.
even like the word fault necessarily,
No, yeah.
but I think realizing it could have been anybody, it could have been you driving. I mean, it could have been, you know what I mean? Whatever
Mhm.
the case
I think
was.
yeah, for me, it's hard that CJ wasn't driving.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, that always gets to me because 'cause
Yeah.
I'm like, if he was, would
What
that
would
have
have
happened, you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Uh,
It's always the what ifs,
'Cause
probably.
he's a very, like, in control person, and
Yeah,
I felt safe with him anytime he was
right.
driving anything, and so that thought eats at me a lot,
Yeah,
but I don't hold any resentment to the
for
kid
him.
that was driving, yeah.
How did your experience with CJ make you more accepting or fearful of death?
Holy crap, I'm so scared of death. I feel like for my own death, I'm more accepting because I would love to be with him again,
Yeah,
but also I can't leave my kids,
yeah.
so um, so yeah, like, in my eyes, for my own death, I'm not nearly as scared to die because
Right.
I would have him on the
Yeah.
other side. I'd be devastated to leave my kids though,
But
so
he would be waiting for you for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Um, but for other people, anybody doing anything adventurous or somewhat kind of scary right now, I'm like, "Please don't."
Right.
Like, I'm just so
Just
scared.
don't. Yeah.
And yeah, like, I just look at people and I'm just like, "I really hope nobody has to go through what I
Yeah.
went through." But people will,
Right.
it's
It's
like,
what life
that's what
is.
life is,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's terrifying to think of life in that perspective, but in the perspective of he's waiting for me,
Yeah.
I'm not scared for
Right.
me,
Yeah.
but I'm scared for, yeah, people around me that I
Or
love.
to go through what? Would you say you're more scared for them to die or for them to have someone die to feel like what you're feeling? Does
That
that
one,
make
yeah,
sense?
them to have someone die,
Yeah.
for sure,
Like you're more fearful of your feelings
yeah,
rather than going.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, I mean
I mean, that would probably be the not correct answer, but most people's answer, but yeah.
right, I feel like, I have already experienced one of the most, like, painful grieving, like, I've lost one of the most painful people you can
Right.
lose in your life.
Right.
So, and not that if anybody else passed away, I wouldn't be sad,
Right.
but I am very well prepared
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
so I don't think anything except for maybe my kids would be as shocking.
Yeah.
Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
A shock to the system, even
Yeah.
probably more
Yeah,
than
I'd be
anything.
I'd be devastated,
Right.
obviously, but, like, man, I went
You
through the
felt these
worst
feelings
thing
before.
that I probably could have ever gone through already.
Absolutely did.
Yeah.
We're
Absolutely
not gonna
did.
pretend like you didn't. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a few questions in here about, do you feel like any of your relationships with friends have changed? Someone asked, "How has your and Riley's friendships been affected?" Um, what kind of advice do you have for someone who isn't personally going through grief? Kind of what we talked about, but is supporting. Would you say any relationships or friendships have changed?
Yeah.
Good or bad?
Yeah. No, definitely. I feel like some people you learn a lot about people when you go through something like this, and I
I
feel like
can only imagine.
yeah. Yeah, and CJ had a lot of friends. So
A lot of best friends randomly.
yeah. So I got to experience a lot of people and their grief firsthand, and I feel like it was really frustrating when people would make it about them.
Yeah.
Um so I feel like that kind of severed a couple of friendships. I wouldn't even say severed. It's just like that I don't care to really see them
Yeah.
type
Yep.
thing. But then the people that holy crap, like the people that were just there for me constantly and still are, I like their family
Yeah.
forever. Yeah, I mean, they were before, but like even more so now.
Totally.
My friendships are so much stronger and so much more real because literally, like, all these people saw me at my very, very, very worst.
Right.
And I know that all of these friends that I have that I still see constantly truly just want the best for me. Like,
Yeah. No matter what that
and that
path
is
is.
an incredible feeling to have friendships like that
Yeah.
are
For
so
sure.
genuine. 'Cause all they want is for me to be happy again,
Yeah.
so, yeah, I mean, we were all friends before this happened, but it's just a way different level now.
Totally. Yeah. I would say just from hearing what you just said, you're probably your biggest advice from everything you've said for helping somebody go through something would be to be consistent and don't stop showing up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, and I do feel like people do stop, unfortunately. It's
Yeah.
what it is. And I've done it myself, right? Because you just think people are okay. But
Yeah.
don't stop showing up and
Yeah.
keep that friendship because you need people
Yeah.
around you.
Uh-huh. And, like, read the room, like
Yeah.
because it's not like I constantly want you showing up at my house or they want you showing up,
Right.
like, maybe just send, like, a $5 thing to go get a drink that day,
Right.
just
Right.
and
Or a
let them
quick
know.
text. I'm thinking
Yeah.
about you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, even those sometimes,
Not
though.
those. No.
Well,
Just kidding,
it's
guys.
kinda like, I'm thinking of you, but then, like, there's nothing
Nothing
else.
else.
You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know. There's, like, a good healthy balance of showing up for people, but I do think, um, yeah, being consistent for sure
Would be the best.
would be
Yeah.
the best. And I would say, like, I for the first few months and actually even still, I'll have people text me, like, "Thinking of you, blah, blah, blah," and I have a hard time responding
Yeah.
still,
Does
but
it put you back in that place?
yeah.
Do you feel like? Yeah.
Yeah, I have, like, PTSD from
Yeah.
those text messages, so I just don't even respond a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Um, but I appreciate it. I do. Like,
Right.
I
And you see them.
appreciate the text
Yeah.
messages and I do read them, but
Absolutely.
it's hard for me to respond. So, like, if you're listening and I don't respond to you and you have sent me thousands of those, it's not because I don't love you and I
Right.
appreciate it. It's just it's a hard headspace that it puts me in. I don't know.
Puts you
It's
back
like
in.
the weirdest thing. I
I
just
also
can't
think
respond
being
to them.
understanding of that,
Mhm.
like, as an outsider for
Yeah,
everybody, like, if you're
being okay
watching
with it.
someone going through something, it isn't about you,
Yeah.
no matter what you think it is, right?
Yeah.
And if they don't respond for 13 years, they
Sorry.
don't. And they
Yeah.
still probably care about you,
Yeah, they
right?
love you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I love you, whoever you are. If you're texting me and I'm not
Right.
responding,
It's
it's
just
just a lot.
there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going
Yeah,
on, and I just have to pick and choose right now.
totally.
So, responding
Um,
to a text message it's the least
that's a
of my
lot,
worries right
right?
now.
Okay, has this experience changed the way you view your kids? When will you put your kids in therapy? Do you think they'll need it?
Oh, yeah, my kids, they are they're literally everything. That question makes me so emotional just 'cause it's terrifying doing it on my own, and I know, like, I have a lot of help and support, but at the end of the day, they're mine
Right,
and only mine,
right,
and that's a really hard thought to
right.
have. But I would say I wanna say it's brought us closer because it's just us,
Yeah,
but also at the same time, I have been very overwhelmed
yeah,
with the feeling of, like, it's just me.
yeah.
And, um, they're doing okay, like, we talk about him, every day, and we pray about him every night, and we look at pictures whenever they wanna look at pictures and stuff, but I think therapy for them, that's a hard question, like, I think everybody needs it
Right.
probably, but I think when they are older and, like, ask
Questions.
harder
Yeah,
questions, like, right now, Charlie's not asking me, like, "How did it happen?" You know?
totally. Yeah,
So when they're older and I have to, like, go into more detail and try to explain it more, I feel like that's when I would probably put them in, just kinda feel put out the feelers and see how they're doing.
yeah,
But I definitely think they'll need it. And
yeah.
even if they don't need it, I'll put them in it
Just to have them talk about
just
it somewhere.
preventative. Like, I
Yeah,
really want them to have a really healthy, happy life, and
yeah.
I'm gonna do whatever I can to make that happen.
Right, right. What do you wish you would have known or prepared for prior to it happening? If you knew it was gonna happen,
Yeah,
is
and
that
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. That I think about that a lot because, I mean, somehow CJ was pretty prepared. CJ
Okay.
and I guess. Not in every way, but my biggest thing I would say is it's been like a breeze getting into his phone and into his email and all of the stuff I need to get into because we shared Face IDs. Like, I had his passwords on
Amazing.
my phone, and he
Yeah.
had mine on his phone, and so that 100% do that, because
Yeah.
if you don't know their passcodes,
Yeah.
you're not getting into anything, and it is gonna be so hard to figure stuff out.
Right.
And then another thing is a will. He did not have a will. And so just hurry and write down, like, if I pass away, I want my house, my cars, like everything,
Yeah.
to go to, and then put their name.
Yeah.
Just, it doesn't have to be like super detailed, just
Right.
super simple. That would have sped things up for me,
Yeah.
and we didn't have that. Um, Another thing is life insurance. For sure. Like, I'm so glad CJ had life insurance. And
Me and Josh are in the process of getting it.
yeah.
Even it's, like, not a huge claim because we
Yep.
don't have kids yet, obviously,
Yeah.
but, like, anything helps either of us if that were anything helps.
100%.
Yeah.
Anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So even I wrote a will,
Yep.
and I'm in the process of getting life insurance
Do I
right now.
get your Kia Telluride?
Yeah.
Does that go to me?
Yeah, just
Just
Riley.
kidding.
It's on here on the podcast. If anything happens to me.
I'm just kidding. Her car is damn cute though.
It is so
Anyways,
cute. I love my car.
okay, you did a will.
Will, life insurance, passwords, and those are the big main 3 things I
Yeah.
would say for sure. Yeah, and I like somehow I would talk about your funerals. I mean, as much as you don't want to.
Yeah.
It was kind of helpful because when CJ's sister passed away, we talked a lot about what he would want and what he wouldn't want, and he was so adamant about nobody seeing his body really.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have a viewing,
Yeah.
and I a lot of people questioned me when I didn't have my kids see him, but I knew from the conversations
Yep.
that I had with my husband
Yeah.
that he absolutely would not have wanted that.
No, he would
Yeah.
not.
Like, yeah.
I would also say you just saying that, advice for helping somebody plan a funeral, they probably know best.
100% they know
Like,
best.
yeah, even yeah, planning my grandma's funeral,
Mhm.
she she knew she was gonna die, so she talked about it all the time, and it was kinda like, we were here, we knew exactly what she wanted, and she wrote down a detailed list, like, we're not
Yeah.
going off of the detailed list, she wanted pink and purple flowers, we're gonna give her
Right.
pink and purple flowers, the blue
Right.
casket, like, that's what we're doing,
Yeah.
right? Because she wrote it down, and I feel like just kinda let it happen, right?
Yeah.
Is that how you feel? And just, like,
Yeah.
you know best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If you think planning a wedding is hard, try planning a
I
funeral.
don't wanna even think about it.
I
Yeah.
know, yeah, don't think about it, but do talk about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like cremation and
All
burial,
the
like
things.
all that.
Yeah.
All just like the simple kind of stuff. It's
Did
good to just know.
did he know where he wanted to be buried? Is that a weird question? Had talked about that?
He didn't talk about where he wanted to,
Okay.
no, but I did know. I mean, we never even talked about cremation or not,
Right.
so I just went with not.
Right.
And we also never talked about what he would wear,
Oh.
which was it actually wasn't a hard thing for me. I buried him in his pilot uniform
Yep.
and some basketball shoes.
That's fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But forgot the blanket, which I still
Okay.
I'm like, "Dang it, why did I not put a blanket?" But no, I felt confident in, like, that
That.
decision,
Yeah.
but, yeah. Yeah, I knew for sure he didn't want a viewing because my grandpa passed away when we knew each other, and my aunt, and he wouldn't go with me to
Okay.
viewings.
Yeah.
He didn't like that
Right.
because of what he'd been through, so
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah. So anyway, my 6 months. Here we
It's
are.
crazy.
6 months later, I am shocked that I'm here. 6 months, like, that feels huge. Like, just a huge milestone.
Milestone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a huge win for just a little day.
Yeah.
24 hours, right? Like, to make it to that 6 month
Mhm.
exactly is huge.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a relief that it has been so long because, I mean, I just remember thinking, like, week 1, I'm like,
We'll
I'm
never make it.
nope.
Yeah.
I'm like I'm, like, looking at any widows that I had followed on Instagram, and I'm like, "Okay, how far along are they, and how are they doing?" And everybody was, like, years out, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna make it."
Right. Right.
So, anyway, 6 months, it's just crazy to me that it's been so long, but I I'm just grateful that I'm doing so well.
Yeah.
Like, really,
And
truly.
especially for your kids.
Yeah.
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 And they probably help you as
Oh,
well
yes. Yes.
to be so good.
For sure. Um, but yeah, I mean, biggest advice other than how to prep, I would just say, like, if you are going through something really, really hard, or you go through something really, really hard, like, here I am, I lost my husband, and it's been 6 months, and I'm not nearly as sad as I was. I
Yeah.
have sad moments, like I always say, but you just have to remember that you won't be that sad for that long,
Right.
you'll
And to
have
keep going.
just keep going, get out of bed. You got it.
Take those showers. Yeah.
Yeah, if I can do this,
You
you
can.
can do this, like, truly.
Yeah. You don't
So,
have to be this sad forever.
no,
Get up, put your clothes on.
get your ass up.
For real. Get up, get your clothes on, get yourself a drink, and treat yourself. I feel like you've been really good at that.
Yeah, you have to be selfish.
Like you have been good at doing what you need to do so that you can provide for everyone else because really people do come to you,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
and you have to be prepared for that, which is where stay hydrated, not thirsty
comes
came
into
in,
play, yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Keep yourself full and care for yourself a lot because
Yeah,
if you're thirsty and something happens it goes like this.
mhm. Even if your life is going smooth and great
Yeah.
and you're thriving, you have to be a little bit selfish
Yeah.
and take care of yourself
Yeah.
and your needs. Like, I do feel guilty every day going to Dutch Bros. I'm like, "This is an expensive habit," but also I'm like, "This is
What you
keeping me
need.
afloat."
Yeah.
Like, I love
Yeah.
this, so I'm
Yeah.
just gonna continue to do it and
Totally.
not feel bad.
Right.
So,
Yeah, even if you're happy, right,
yeah.
and happily married, I still feel like there's days where I don't do enough for myself,
Mhm.
and it daunts our relationship,
For
even
sure.
just for 2
Yeah.
hours,
If you're
right?
drained, he's gonna feel
Yeah.
drained.
Yeah.
The energy just rubs off,
Totally.
for sure.
Stay hydrated, not thirsty. You're
Yes.
not gonna be this sad forever. You can do it. We promise.
Promise you, if I can do it, I will say that till the end of time. If I can get through this, you can get through
Anybody
anything.
can.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening today. We have some really fun guests coming up. Fun, sad, hard, I don't know, whatever you wanna say. Good guests. We'll call them good.
Good.
Good guests coming up, these next few episodes, and merch is March 7th.
Woo.
Make sure you're part of the Goody Gang to get early access. And yeah,
Yeah. Thanks for listening and catching up with me. And hug your people.
then hug them again.
Thanks. Love you guys.